you have a response, make it in one word or less. Arrgh! I rest my case. Damn it. Use all of this. Arrgh. It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time. Disproving an alleged murder at a police department. There's no doubt what I have proven today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that I would end up proving Lana's guilty. Now the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant. Hold it! Hey. Look, Emma! Your Honor, wait! Emma! The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. For science! Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you, this girl's guardian? Your Honor, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out, Mr. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. If you want a minute, I'll give you 3. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to Joe Dark killings, the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentioned it, the name of both Sky sisters were in the file. But when I figured it out, I mean, Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, so I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime, and left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean there are traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker? But there's no fingerprints that were found on her, right? No, but but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue, so I ran over there and looked at it again. Huh? So, did you find something? No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad, I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. Defense attorney, to be exact. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you are a professional. More or less. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. No, you actually can't compliment me in this situation, but yeah. Me? Oh boy. Oh boy! Anyways, time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With the regard of the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with the blood mark, Lena will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. That's a hell of rude. Wait a minute. I just thought of something. Yes, Your Honor. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Wait! There is! Objection! Gotcha. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is your grasping, Mr. Wright, is your grasping. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something that hasn't been drawn on there? Exactly. Yes, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Let us pry the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all the evidence here, there's got to be something I can use. The question is, which item was proven something is missing in the floor plans? And that thing is the Blue Badger! Let's do it! I think. Here we go. Take that! What about a piece of plywood? The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Oh my god. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him here. Put him in. This is where he was dancing at the same time of the crime. Booyah! Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot in the locker. What? Exactly, dear Jake Marshall. It can't be you, but it can be someone else that was a part of the murder in that scene. So that means, what does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces are undeniably found at that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, I think it through scientifically. Emma. On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger in the evidence room, right? After that, he put it down, and it would be impossible to leave the handprint on the locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such a far-fetched baldastery in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st in the police department's evidence room, bloodstain was spilled not once, but twice. Sorry. Anyways, but how? One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Hey. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which the trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown in this tape. It had to be Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. Objection! That's ridiculous. I refute you. Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Objection! So then, assuming this murder you report really happened, when did it take place? I demand you to show evidence that proves it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Wait a minute. To summarize the defense's claim that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. The blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well. Then tell us, when did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, the defense, please present this evidence. Show us the first crime took place. Not really exactly on... It's more or less, I guess you could consider it to be the exact time period on the... Stupid! There we go. Anyways, here we go! Take that! The crime took place inside the evidence room. Then the perpetrator would have had to enter the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record. Exactly, my dear friend. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel. Give me a second. Okay. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at, let's see, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before the time, then it would be 4:40. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never figured you had the nerve, boy. Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it could have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it. God damn it. I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminoid test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have to it would have just taken just 10 minutes to murder a victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime that must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's take a look at the chart again. There's only one other card remaining, 777, fuck that. Talking about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record in his card being used beforehand, he must have entered it along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777. Or 7777, whatever. Mr. Edgewood, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose number this 777's. I'm done with you people, please. This one's 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card, at least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire in such a person's ID. Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how... I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's just one situation in which can be granted such authority. If an officer's charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and forgeries. That's how prosecuting officers operate. Doesn't that mean also your brother? Objection. Anyways, let me just do it like that. Objection. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I'd appreciate it if you keep your slander to yourself. Oh, slander. Anyways, slander. Is it okay? Let me just ask one question. Yes? No, not you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. You're our little executive. Lana? Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we'd look up her ID number. And it's not 7777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about the incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. The trial 2 years ago, did you really use legitimate evidence? Wait, we're bringing up Lana into this now? Do we need the witness to repeat the question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At that time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana. I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in the court? Can you look at me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why didn't you answer him? drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to do in order for him to get the verdict he deserves. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. So she did faked evidence. Holy shit. What a twist! See, that's what I'm talking about. No! Order! Seriously, shut the fuck up! Lana's remark caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. To be continued. Wow, shit. Basically, Edgeworth shouldn't have deserved to win in that case. Alright, another break time, another recording session complete. So, this ought to do it for this episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. In the next episode, we're at least going to head off into the next part, where we are going to do some detective work. Basically, this has us stall even longer since the SL9 incident is basically over, but incidents involving a murder that might also relate to the SL9 incident can actually be considered a serious problem. So, in conclusion, we're going to get some more shit done. Let's see where it's going to lead us to. I hope for the better. Anyways, this ought to do it for this episode. If you like these or other videos, like, comment, and if you're new and you just want to watch the video and you did enjoy some of my commentary, even though it's just more of me reading versus actual commentary, which I did at least add like tidbits, like, little pinches of it. Please subscribe, because I have many more different kind of, fields of different video games I've played, too, most recently. So, anyways, see you guys next time. Till then, Johnny. Bye-bye.